Okay, so here we are going to look at finding the volume of a cylinder. So a cylinder is essentially the same thing as a prism that we were looking at just a moment ago. Okay, it has the same repeating shape all the way through it, and this time its repeating shape is a circle. Okay, and depending on who you ask, some people have very strong opinions as to whether a cylinder is or isn't a prism. We're not really interested in that. All we're doing just now is going to try and find the volume of it. So because it follows essentially the same pattern as this prism, its volume is still found by taking the area of the repeated shape and multiplying it by its height. This time the area is the area of a circle, because it's a circle that's repeated all the way through. And so because the area of a circle is given by pi r squared, all we're going to do is put pi r squared into our formula, and so we get v equals pi r squared h. We're going to use this. So in the first example, I've got a cylinder drawn. It's got a radius of 23 and a height of 42. So my formula, v equals pi r squared h. So first thing I'm going to do, make sure that those are in fact the things that we've got, and then chuck our numbers in. So we've got pi times 23 squared times 42. And then we're going to turn it to our calculator. I'm going to do pi times 23 squared times 42. And we get an answer at the end of it of 69,799.9. Okay, which I'm going to round to 70,000 cubic centimeters. Okay, normally when we're looking at a volume question, that is where they choose to ask us to round to a given number of significant figures. Okay, so we're going to do that there, just to try and highlight that point. So, second example, volume is still equal to pi r squared h. This time though, I don't have the radius, I've got the diameter. Okay, so I got pi times, but this time I don't have 10 squared. I need to remember in half that, so I've got 5 squared times 15. So pi times 5 squared times 15. Turn to my calculator and ask it to do pi times 5 squared times 15. And we get 1,178.1 out of the end of it. So my units this time were meters, so it's cubic meters. That's what I'm dealing with here. Finally, we're looking at taking this one slightly different approach. We're given a cylinder and it asks us to find the height of the cylinder if we know its volume. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm still going to start by writing down the formula that I know. So volume is equal to pi r squared h, and then I'm just going to substitute in the numbers into the place that I have them. Okay, so I've got 4 million is equal to pi times the radius, which is 64 squared, times the height. What I want is I want to just find height on its own. So based on who it is has taught you up until now, we're either going to take pi times 64 squared over the other side and it's going to divide, or we're going to divide both sides by pi over 64 squared. Either way, we are about to get 4 million divided by pi times 64 squared equal to h. Get rid of that. And when we chuck that into our calculator, we should find we get an answer of 310 centimeters.